Following their fourth first-round NBA playoff exit in 5 years, the Portland Trail Blazers are in the midst of a drama-filled coaching fiasco. It continues to lead to rumors that Damian Lillard could request a trade from Portland. So join me as I take you through the 4 dark horse trade destinations to watch for Damian Lillard. Number 4, the New York Knicks. The Blazers made their 8th consecutive playoff appearance this season. However, they were eliminated in the first round for the 5th time in that span, this time by the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. Portland decided to break ways with Terry Stotts, who had been the franchise's head coach since the start of the 2012-2013 season, after years of postseason disappointment. Now, this was a huge move because Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum had never played for a coach other than Stotts in the NBA. The Knicks have been one of the league's laughingstocks for years, but after going 41-31 this season and securing the Eastern Conference's 4th seed, they're in a position to make some significant offseason moves. Every offseason, the Knicks storyline has been that they will be pursuing big-name all-stars in an attempt to entice them to New York, but nobody has wanted to sign with or play for the Knicks since they have been so poor. The New York Knicks have made themselves the most appealing destination for free agents and top players this summer thanks to their large salary room and capacity to win. In his first season with the team, Tom Thibodeau was named NBA Coach of the Year. Julius Randle was named Most Improved Player. And with promising young talents like R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and Obi Toppin, this is a franchise that can win now and in the future. Aside from adding quality at every position, the Knicks will concentrate their efforts in the offseason on acquiring a star point guard, especially since Derrick Rose is no longer their future. He's a fantastic veteran who can help them win in the near run, but they need a long-term backcourt solution, which is why Damian Lillard might be their salvation. New York and Los Angeles are the 2 most important sports marketplaces in the globe, if not the entire world. With the Knicks, Lillard would not only be the team's star, but he could also be the final piece in their quest to become a legitimate contender. As a result, those teams will constantly be the subject of NBA trade speculations. From the Knicks' perspective, the nicest part about dealing for Lillard is that they may be able to sign another high-level player in free agency. New York has just under $60 million in cap space to work with this summer, so it is possible they'll trade for Lillard and then sign DeMar DeRozan, Norman Powell, or maybe Will Barton in free agency. The Knicks have returned, and it feels great to say that. It is expected of General Manager Scott Perry and President of Basketball Operations Leon Rose to be proactive in their pursuit of extra talent this offseason, and if Lillard becomes available, he will be at the top of their priority list. Number 3, the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls have been on the lookout for their next outstanding backcourt player since Derrick Rose blew out his knees. With Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic as all-stars, Chicago is an appealing location for a superstar seeking a change of scenery. Given the 3 all-star talents on the Bulls roster, Damian Lillard could not only become their leader, but also propel them to title contention. From the Bulls' perspective, the only question about chasing Lillard is what they would have to give up getting him. They might pursue a sign and trade deal with Lauri Markkanen, who is slated to become a restricted free agency this offseason, but they could also pursue some players like Kobe White and Patrick Williams in trade negotiations for Lillard. It'll be difficult to put together a lucrative trade offer that benefits both themselves and the Blazers without giving up Zach LaVine, but Damian Lillard may thrive in Chicago. They have a history of being one of the premier organizations in the NBA, and he could envision himself playing on a team with 2 other confirmed All-Stars. The Bulls don't have the same amount of assets to give up to the Blazers in trade talks as the Knicks, which is why they could be left out of the hunt for Lillard if Portland refuses to take a Lauri Markkanen-focused trade deal in return. The Bulls, on the other hand, are missing that one elite player who can put them over the top in the Eastern Conference, which is why they would jump at the chance to sign Damian Lillard if he becomes available. It's also worth noting that Kobe White of Chicago is currently out due to shoulder surgery to repair the labrum tear in his left shoulder. The Bills now have only Thomas Satoransky in their backcourt, which is why they will be aggressive in their search for a point guard replacement. Number 2, the Toronto Raptors. So the more you think about potential trade destinations for Lillard, if he requests a trade, the more you think about the Toronto Raptors, which is why they are a dark horse team to keep an eye on this offseason. The Raptors continued their winning ways last season, posting a 53-19 record before losing in the Eastern Conference semifinals But they did not have the same luck this season. The Raptors concluding the 2020-21 season 27-45, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2013. This was due to a variety of injuries and other circumstances, with Kyle Lowry set to become an unrestricted free agent this offseason, and the Raptors in desperate need of a star player to complement Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. The Raptors have a lot to offer this offseason. They have OG Anunoby, Chris Boucher, and the number 4 overall selection in this year's draft as trade assets, in addition to a potential Kyle Lowry sign and trade. Moving on from Lowry and losing him in the offseason will be difficult for the Raptors, especially after he has led the team for the past 9 seasons. But bringing in Damian Lillard would be a nice consolation prize. The Raptors have everything they need to be Eastern Conference title contenders, but they need that top player to lead them. Lowry can no longer be this type of player, and the team has been on the lookout for the next superstar talent to build around since Kawhi Leonard left in the 2019 offseason. Both Pascal and Fred VanVleet are excellent players, but neither considered among the league's top 15. Damian Lillard is unquestionably one of the best point guards in the league, and with Kyle Lowry out, he could go right in and help this team become a 60-win contender in the East. The Toronto Raptors, believe it or not, are one of the better options for Lillard this summer because of how prepared they are to win a championship. Even if they traded away players like OG Anunoby, Boucher, and Malachi Flynn to acquire Lillard, the Raptors would still be able to re-sign Gary Trent Jr. in NBA free agency and might be a desirable destination for seasoned free agents. Keep an eye on the Toronto Raptors and NBA trade rumors if Damian Lillard wants a trade, because Masai Ujiri, Toronto's president of basketball operations, is constantly trying to make moves that will help his team to succeed. It wouldn't be the first or last time the Raptors traded for a superstar, and it certainly wouldn't be the last. Number 1, New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans are the final team to keep an eye on when it comes to trade talks for Damian Lillard this offseason. The Pelicans' fortunes have been unsteady in recent years, but they do have 2 established all-star talents in Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson to grow with and around for the time being. The Pelicans, on the other hand, must act quickly in terms of acquiring skill because both players' futures are on the line. After receiving a hefty contract extension last summer, Ingram is under contract until the 24-25 season, but Zion can become a free agent after the 22-23 season, and his family may not want him to stay in New Orleans long term. Zion Williamson's family would like him to leave New Orleans after his rookie contract expires because they want him on another team. For the Pelicans, this is a doomsday scenario, which is why they must be bold this offseason and surround their budding superstar with more all-star talent. Brandon Ingram is a fantastic player who has only improved since joining the Pelicans, but Damian Lillard will always be a greater player than Ingram. Putting together a trade package that includes Brandon Ingram may entice the Blazers to hammer out a deal for Lillard. The Pelicans could be proactive in their pursuit of Lillard this offseason because Lonzo Ball is also a restricted free agent. Other than Zion Williamson, this franchise requires something special, and Lillard can provide that for them. Having these 2 superstars together for the foreseeable future gives the Pelicans a bright future and could be just what they need to transform themselves into some serious contenders. So, what do you think? Which team would go all in for Lillard? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe and like us. I'll see you on the channel next time. Until then, it's goodbye.